I am not self-destructive. I'm not a person who wants to die. I'm a person who has life and wants to live.
And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But
I've been through a lot in these past 2 weeks. I'm able to look at life in a whole different way.
When I first heard she passed away, I said, my God, somebody gave her a bad bag. I promise you, that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. And then I saw Ray J, and it all added up.
Jaguar Wright just came through again with some major tea on what really happened to Whitney the night she died. And according to her, Whitney was actually not only that, but she explicitly name-dropped Ray J and accused him of pushing a load of substances down Whitney's throat until she choked on it and dropped dead. Jaguar alleges that Whitney's death had absolutely nothing to do with a heart attack, like her autopsy report suggests, and that she actually had several injuries on her body when she was found.
saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat.
Oh, but that's not all, because according to Jaguar, Ray J was working hand in hand with Clive Davis and Diddy to delete Whitney as a form of alleged ritualistic sacrifice to move up in the ranks of Hollywood.
I know that you were the first, one of the first ones at Clive's party to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yes, I did.
Now, when it comes to Ray J and Diddy, they've actually been friends for quite some time. And it's not hard to find several videos and photos of them together online. Rage is a regular attendee of Diddy's freak-off parties, and he's hinted at Diddy being his role model on several occasions.
Ray J and F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of I like variety, man. I like people that's unpredictable. Guy in the building. Hey, yo. This guy right here, one of the hip-hop entrepreneur, young legends. He's in my gang. He gets money. Yes, he does.
Yes, I'm inspired though. God is.
Now, I don't think I need to tell y'all this, but anybody who is always following Diddy around and looking up to him is a huge walking red flag. I mean, yeah, he's a businessman, and he's accumulated a lot of money for himself. But at cost. If there's anything we've learned these past couple of months, not all money is good money. Now, when it comes to Diddy and Clive, they also go way back when Diddy was getting into the industry. In fact, there's been rumors for years now that Diddy had to emasculate himself and get on his knees for Clive in exchange for all the opportunities that Clive gave him.
Rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1990.
People also believe that the protection that Clive offered Diddy is the real reason he was able to get away with all the things that he did, including allegedly being involved in the Whitney.
Get that veil of armor, that protection, because if everybody knew nobody was doing nothing, he was walking around with immunity for all these years.
He got himself a tough Jew. And you pump this little freak Diddy up. And you let him go in them streets, didn't you?
Now, if you're wondering why Clive and Diddy allegedly employed Ray J to univ Whitney, it's because Ray J was the closest person to Whitney at the time, and they knew he would be down to do whatever they asked him in exchange for some money. You see, just 5 years after Whitney and Bobby Brown got a divorce, she was linked to Ray J. And there are rumors about the both of them being in a relationship, despite them never confirming if they were actually in a relationship or not. Whitney got a lot of heat for this link-up because there was a 17-year age gap between them. Ray J was 31 and Whitney was 48. They were literally seen everywhere together, including going to clubs and dinner dates. There were also rumors that RJ was actually encouraging Whitney's crack addiction and supplying her with way more than what she needed at the time of their relationship. Whitney was severely struggling with her addiction, even though she was actively denying it in her interviews. Most of the people around her, including Ray J, literally saw her doing it. There were even reports about her going to a rehab facility to get help. But as soon as she came out, she fell right back into her old habits.
I think I kind of reverted back as I got older and said, well, I'm just gonna party, you know? It was kind of a rebel in me, you know?
drowning. Her lifeless body was discovered in a bathtub at the Beverly Hills Hotel shortly before the Clive Davis Grammy party. The coroner's report, which was released about a month after her passing, revealed that the cause of death was accidental drowning with heart disease and listed as contributing factors. The report also found that Whitney had Mars and Bodril and other medicine in our system when all this mess came out. People immediately blame Whitney's death on Whitney herself. Some people said that had she fought stronger against her addiction, maybe she wouldn't have ended up dead in a hotel bathtub. But see, all these people were wrong, because according to the coroner who was investigating the case, said Winter, the amount of substances that Whitney had in her system was actually not enough to unalive her. In fact, Ted explicitly said that Whitney was still alive and breathing at the time she submerged in the water. He said there was water found in her lungs that indicated to us that she was alive when she was submerged underwater. According to our tests, the level of CO was not necessarily a lethal level of CO, but her death was complicated by chronic use and heart disease. She could have passed out first due to the intoxication from or she could have had a heart attack and then drowned. It's probably one of those two scenarios now. For those of y'all who didn't know, Ed Winter was also the coroner who was in charge of investigating Kim Porter's death. And he was also the one who challenged the reports about her dying from pneumonia when he said he found traces of lethal toxins in her body anyway. Back to Whitney. Ed also revealed that prescription pill bottles were found in her room, but the number of pills were not alarming enough to kill her. As soon as this new information got out, people started doing some more digging, and the cause of Whitney's death quickly switched from an accidental drowning to it looking like she was possibly deleted by someone very close to her at the time of Whitney's death. It was also reported that her assistant was the one who found her. According to Jaguar, it was actually Ray J's sister Brandy who found her. People also believe that Ray J was the one who supplied her with the at night. This was confirmed by Lola Brown, the sister of Whitney's ex-husband Bobby Brown, who said she knew Rage had something to do with Whitney's death the moment he was caught by paparazzi secretly sneaking out of the hotel and hiding his go-away face from the camera. She even went as far as to flat out accuse Ray J of supplying Whitney.